Thanks for joining me on what is the first in a series of webinars that will help you navigate through the IoT minefield. I'm Anton, Saux, head of IoT for Zest4. The key goal that we have here in Zest4 with these webinars is to help new and prospective partners understand what the opportunity is within IoT, how Zest4 can help them sell IoT, and what connectivity and end-to-end solutions we're able to offer to our channel partners in order to enable you to start to recognize some real long-term revenues in IoT and related services. On this initial webinar, I just want to achieve a few things. Firstly, introduce Zest4 and advise what recent steps we've taken to enhance our own capabilities, so that in turn, channel partners will have a better experience. What we believe at Zest4 our offering will bring to partners. I want to walk through a demo of our new Zest4 Connect SIM management platform in order to show how both our partners and your end users can manage all of your IoT estate in one place. I'll then give a brief overview of what we believe the managed data opportunity could do for you as a partner and how existing partners have already capitalized on this. So what have we done so far? Zest4 have been operating now for over 5 years. We've been selling unified comms into channel for this period of time. And about 2 years ago, it was apparent that there was an opportunity in channel for M2M and IoT. Whilst there were a few places for partners to go to buy IoT services, it became clear that no one was fully focused on channel. No one seemed to be really doing it well. So as such, we launched the M2M and IoT proposition within Zest4. And it quickly became clear that in order to be successful in this space, we'd have to have the capability of offering support in a number of key areas. Now, these include end-to-end solutions, a fully end-to-end product that a partner can pick up and sell directly into a customer. The ability to bespoke solutions. Not all end-to-end solutions will fit the need. Your partners will have individual requirements, so we have to have the ability to do that. Real-time secure data management and dedicated channel service and support. And of course, the ability to access and sell managed data. And it's this area, that the managed data and the data platform that's required to do this, that I want to concentrate on today in our webinar. So what is managed data? I may be teaching people to suck eggs here, so I do apologize. But if not, I just want to share with you what we mean by managed data. Most of you will probably have the ability to buy mobile data either direct from a mobile network or directly through one of your current mobile providers. But just supplying mobile data is not enough to be successful in the IoT space. To be truly successful in this space, you need the ability to offer much, much more. And the key things for me are any size of bundle. If a customer has a device that's going to be using 5 or 10 megabytes of data per month, you're no good having to supply them with a 1 gig, 3 gig SIM card. That's just paying for data that's not going to be used. Contractual flexibility. There are a number of IoT solutions that run short term. There are a lot that you run very long term. However, there are some that use different amounts of data each month. So again, having the contractual flexibility to be able to offer and manage that is critical. Real-time visibility of data utilization. The ability to cap, bar or suspend SIMs if data utilization is high or issues occur. And the notification of issues in remote devices. And of course, a lot of IoT platforms and solutions will use multiple mobile networks. The ability to view and manage these in one place is critical. And of course, then you need to be able to aggregate and manage your data. So to win in the IoT space, you need the ability to access all of this yourself and also be able to filter this down to your end user. But there's also another key part of the puzzle that you're going to need, and this is to do with IP addressing. The ability to remotely connect to and manage a device is critical in the IT space. To do this, you're going to need the ability to offer fixed IP, both public and private. You're probably also going to need to be able to add VPNs and secure connectivity to a solution. Most true IoT solutions will need some form of remote access or remote management. That's the whole point of IoT, to be able to manage and run a solution without having to have a human on site at all times. And to be able to do this in a secure environment, you need a fixed IP. And whilst a VPN is not always required, it's recommended for a secure solution. A fixed IP is something you're not going to be able to buy across the counter from a mobile network. So the challenge that most face today when moving into IoT is, how do you get this capability? To be able to access all of this functionality, You'll need to have your own network infrastructure. You'll need a SIM management platform, radius servers, secure APNs with all the mobile networks that you work with, and much, much more. Now, this type of infrastructure is not built overnight. It's not only resource heavy to build and maintain, but it also takes a lot of capital and development to get you there. And once you're there, there's then the challenge of keeping up with the development and continuing to move forwards. At the start of our journey at Zest4, we decided to partner with one of the UK's leading IoT MVNOs. This meant we had access to their systems, their platform, and their propositions. But of course, we had to pay for this. And as such, commercially, it restricted us a little. That said, it did allow us to build a solution and offer it to channel that we could compete with. It gave us the ability to bring an IoT offering to you guys. However, the plan was always to be able to have our own capability. So 2 years on, we've decided to do this. Our options when we first looked at this were either to build our own platform or acquire one. And the challenge with building your own IoT network is that it takes time. And this is a commodity that we don't have if we're going to help you guys win in this space. So as we were familiar with the platform that we were using, the network that we were using, we were comfortable to go with what it could offer. It had won countless awards for its capabilities. So it made sense for us to go down the route of acquiring a version of this for ourselves. So this is where we are now. We've licensed the Import platform and now have our own standalone version called Zest4 Connect. We have secure APNs going in with all UK mobile networks, and all of our data traffic will flow via these. We have APNs being built with a small number of European networks to ensure we have the ability to offer the best roaming solutions available. We will also shortly be launching our own Zest4 Connect network SIMs and data proposition. These SIMs on this solution will be our own branded SIMs running across our own network and platform. We've negotiated what we believe are the best buy rates for data. This will allow us to compete with other large MVNOs in the UK. And as we are channel only, we're allowing all of our partners to access all of this. So let me give you a brief overview of what the Zest4 Connect platform will do for you.
Welcome to Zest Connect, Zest4's IoT managed data platform. Using the platform, you'll be able to do things like manage your entire estate of SIMs irrespective of mobile network operator, track SIM usage individually by sub-estate or entire estate, monitor data alerts and caps and build custom filters. At a glance, monitor your SIMs that are close to the monthly usage allowance and quickly produce data usage reports across the entire estate ahead of your monthly invoices. So let's take a look at the platform. The platform that you see is quite hierarchical. So when you log in, you'll have visibility of your entire estate irrespective of the mobile network, all on one page. However, when your customer logs in, they will only have visibility of their own estate. When you first take a look at the dashboard, you'll see graphical views. Within the dashboard, these are all customizable to give you the view that's most important to your business. Key things that you can see on here are how much of your estate is all on one mobile network. This is ideal if you're managing multi-network estate. The next thing that you'll look at is how many SIMs are live, blocked or alerted. And we've also got a view of all the connections that have been made in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, week, etc. Below this, you'll get a view of all your SIMs with a level of information that's needed to fully manage your estate. Again, the views that you see are going to be customizable, but we can see things like mobile number, SIM number, the network operator that the SIM is using, the SIM status, is it live, is it been alerted, or is it blocked? The IP address of the SIM, and note that some SIMs will have more than one IP. This indicates whether they have a public-facing IP as well as a private IP. We'll be able to view the time the SIM last started a data session and the duration of the session, and a number of identifiers that allow you to link and find SIMs easily within your base. And all SIMs will show you the usage they've had since the last data cycle. And whilst looking at a specific account, you can also get an instant view of how much data has been consumed overall by clicking on total usage. This is a great tool for aggregated accounts. And all of the information that you see here can be exported into various file formats such as Excel or PDF. The filter builder along the left hand side of the page will allow you to group specific SIMs or accounts to quickly be able to view and manage specific customers or SIM ranges. And if we go back to the dashboard and highlight a specific SIM, we'll be able to drill down deeper into an individual SIM. By highlighting a SIM and going into view details, I'm able to see much more information. I have all the same identifiers as I had on the first page, mobile number, SIM number, IP address, etc. But I also have some very useful usage information. I can see at a glance that the SIM has utilised almost all of its allocated data. I know the SIM has been alerted, and I can see the email address that the alert has been sent to. I can also see what limits have been set for the SIM and at what level the SIM will cap at. If I want to see more detailed information about the SIM, I can view SIM history. By looking at the SIM history and detail, I can see information about any specific date range. I can see what data has flown to the device and what's come from the device, how many connections it's made on a specific day, the length of time the SIM was connected, and the total data used through that connection. If I'm looking for more detail, I have an accounting report that I can use. Again, I'll choose my specific date range, but this will give me even more information about each session. I can see the start time of every session. I can see some interim readings about the session. I can always see what network the SIMs were using. This is really useful if you're using a SIM that has multi-network capabilities. And again, all the information we have can be downloaded and exported into either Excel or PDF format. If we flick back to the dashboard, there are also a few other SIM-specific actions we can complete. Simple things like adding tags, assigning to accounts. This will easily identify SIMs. There's also a level of self-diagnosis that can be done. If a device is unresponsive, we can ping the SIM. And finally, from here, we can suspend a SIM and instantly stop any further connections being made if needed. Away from the dashboard, you also have the ability to see a list of all the customers you manage. You can control who has access to the level of information that the platform offers. And customize the views. So when the customer logs onto the portal, they'll be able to have their own logo and their own call to action if required. So there we have a top-line overview of the Zest Connect Managed Data Platform. A real USP and a critical tool for anyone that needs to manage an IoT estate.
So from a partner point of view, this will give you the ability to offer true managed connectivity to your customers. You can offer data security, real-time visibility of data, and the ability to manage a base of SIMs irrespective of mobile network all in one place. What this really means, though, is that you can open up new revenue opportunities and win business that was difficult to manage in the past. I just want to give you an idea of what a managed data platform can do in a very simple to understand scenario. So let me share with you a quick example of how it changed the business and the partner's revenue stream. The opportunity that I'm going to talk about was in the taxi space. Now, the taxi market has become extremely competitive these days. Uber's revolutionizing the market. New entrants are joining all the time. So key operators are all looking for a USP. And the one in question, so one of our partners works with a cab company that's based in the city. They have a large fleet of vehicles and they wanted to offer something a little bit different, but the customers wanted something extra. So they decided to put Wi-Fi into some of the cabs. They were testing the water with 30 cabs and installed 30 devices, each with a 3 GB SIM. And guess what happened? Within the first month, the costs spiraled out of control. It became clear that not only were passengers accessing this, for the journey, but drivers were also accessing it whilst on downtime and breaks. They were using these to stream videos and Lord knows what else. Of course, with no visibility of when the data was being used and how much was being used, it was impossible to predict what the cost would be. They had no idea that the SIMs were being abused until after the bills arrived. And of course, by this time, it was too late to do anything about it. Also, without any data usage information, it was impossible to prove the abuse. And some of the 3 GB SIMs were using up to 30 gig of data in a month. So the overutilization costs were massive. As such, the project came to a very swift halt. We were then approached by our partner and asked what we could do with managed data. And this is where it works. By using SIMs that are connected via our data management platform, we were able to put caps and bars in place. The customer could see in real time when data was being used and who it was being used by. This means he could come down on the drivers that are abusing it, and if so, charge. When this became apparent, the abuse soon stopped. Not only this, but we were also able to aggregate the data for the customer. So if 1 or 2 devices went over the data limit, but the account was under in total, there were no additional charges. We also offered some flexibility in the bundles so we could get this right. The upshot of it is the project is back on track. There are now almost 100 vehicles that have this in them, and this is growing month on month. The customer's happy. The partner has a contracted revenue stream that they didn't have before, and it's all being managed with minimum risk. So as a closing statement, I just want to cover what we've said today. So if you're serious about selling IoT to your customers, you have to have the ability to offer managed data. Mobile broadband and standard data-only SIMs is not going to work for a true IoT solution. A managed data platform is critical to being able to manage, grow, and develop an IoT base. Mobile networks are not in a position to offer this as standard. And the cost of development of this, your own platform, your own infrastructure, etc., is going to be prohibitive to most just entering the IoT space. Zest4 have invested in this over the last 2 years so that our partners don't have to. We're now able to offer a true IoT connectivity solution to channel. And as we're channel only, there's no risk to you. If you win, we win. So just as I bring the webinar to a close, I just wanted to share with you what's happening next. On Thursday, the 2nd of August at 9:30, we'll be looking at connected cameras for fleets. This will include clearly what a connected camera is, what fleets are benefiting from this, a full live demo of the Zest4 incident cam solution, one of the leading connected cameras in the UK. Case studies, what it means to partners, and your ROI and long-term revenues. So please do all you can to get this in the diary and join us. Thank you for joining today. Thanks for listening.